I'm going to break these videos up in segments so it's not so hard to download. So here's the aft cabins. There's a little rot in the ceiling up there. We haven't been down here to clean since we took it to Nashville a few months ago. But now this paneling on the wall, all this pine paneling, is basically built around the beds and the dressers and everything like that. So that could actually come down fairly easy. And I was going to pull that down and paint the walls white and leave everything else that's mahogany, leave it mahogany color. And it's a king size bed. And there's the heating and air unit. There's a closet on each side. His and hers. There's a latch on top of that door, so like I said, this pine would come off pretty easy. It's the back of the shower. It's We've got a bunch of skeleton keys in there. We got one master key that works everything. You can see it's copper, but then it goes down into a PEX line. That's the dehumidifier. And we've got this to go down in this hole here, and it actually just drains into the bilge. Here's the bathroom, and all this pine would come down real easy too. Electric flush. Here's the shower. That's the aft cabin. Here's the other air unit. All the windows open and close. There's another closet. Back here's the other partial units. Those are the compressors there for your air units. No cruise air. Up here's the galley. Once upon a time, this was the cruise quarters. And then when ice breached the hull, when it was in DC, they converted this into the galley. And the galley I'm standing in right now, I'll turn around and show you in just a minute. Or what we were planning to turn into the galley. We were going to make this the new master suite. Have a big bed in the front, and keep a little desk, and or maybe just put the toilet over here. But this was gonna be our shower spot. You can see it's nice and opens up. It's about 7 foot tall right here. Maybe 8, yeah, about 7 foot. We're actually gonna make this our shower area. And then you can see the subfloor of the decking's 1/2 inch plywood, it's marine ply, and it's all been glued down. This can be easily cleaned up with a multi-master and a scraper blade. And you can tape that off, paint this white. They had a insulation foam under there and then covered it with a white panel, which just kind of holds in moisture. So we were going to leave that out. You can see there's several new frames in the back here on both sides. And I'm going to cut a couple more screws. And they had a paneling on this wall where the windows were, and I uncovered it. Never got around to painting it. It's been busy the past couple of years. We haven't been able to spend much time on it. We had a bench there. So this flooring comes up fairly easy, as you can tell. We pulled a little bit up just to see what we had underneath before we continued on with the project, and we were going to go ahead and pull this on up. As you can see, the original floors are in pretty good shape, and the intent was to put a fridge there, put our sink and our fridge and stuff up in here. There's bench seating for the eating area. That's an old cruise air unit. We took it out. It was junk. Just cover the holes up for right now. But when I open up this cabinet, you can actually see the holes. That's the original flag, by the way. You can see the holes. That's where the helm was. It was actually in the salon. There's a half bath. Here we have a transformer. I'll be able to hear it buzzing. And these floors come up, you know, just as easy as they do down here. They come up. You can get back down to the original fairly quick. There's a bench. These are some plaques out of the presidential boat. This is actually an opening to the helm, which is where I'll go to next. 50-inch TV. We wanted to hinge it that way it lay up against the roof or the ceiling. There's a cruise air unit up here. Oh, under the floor we put a new unit in. We didn't get the ductwork going yet, but you may be able to remember that's a 24,000 BTU. Well, I can't get my light to come on. Two doors to the outside. We did strip and refinish the varnish. There's not a final coat. There's just there's 8 build-up coats on it, so it could be much flatter, much more flat. This is the deck. 1/2-inch subfloor, 3/4-inch individual planks. Originally, they were about 1 inch thick, I guess. Most of it had been sanded down to about 3/4 as we pulled the teak up. The ceiling's been painted. The roof has been painted over here. Here's some of the steps. We've got a couple more boards we can put on. Basically, this was a step going out, and then there's a gang plank that would extend with the water line of the boat. You could park a boat up next to it, let people on and off. These vents right here, there's 2 of them. One for back here. This is where your fuel tanks and water tanks are, or fuel tanks and water tank, which are aluminum. And there's another one up front for the rope locker. You can change these out to where it actually vents. There's That's one fuel tank. That's the other. This thing does really, really good on fuel. It's amazing how little it uses. One thing I'd like to add, originally this wheelhouse wasn't on here, and it actually stopped at the back wall of the salon. So from this corner to this corner, this box, basically this box was not there. That's been added. And this chart table has been added. It's gonna easily be taken out. Put a bolster seat where you can stand or sit. Original wheel. The radar works. We have wiring for a Dragonfly 7. And that's what I use for GPS, and we don't have the transducer in. Next haul out, we'll put a transducer in for the depth. But between that Dragonfly 7 and the radar, I have made it home from Nashville when I couldn't see 10 foot in front of me because of all the fog. I could actually pick up trees floating. So right here is, of course, your spotlight, and it works. We'll go down in the engine room. It's the old generator. I have not ran it. I was told it's good for a boat anchor, but there is an inverter up here. So we got 32 volt panel and a 12 volt panel over here. 32 has been switched to 24. It's really, in here, everything works. Everything works great. Wouldn't hurt to clean it up, give it a coat of paint. Engines run well. I mean, there's no doubt that it can make it to Rhode Island. There's electroscan. Draft bulkhead. And of course the master stateroom's on the other side of that wall.